Greeting everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Business Application Show, where we talk about that first party app and Power Platform. So this show is, as you know, that this show is presented by CSharpCorner community, and it's live on all that CSharp TV in YouTube and Facebook on all social media. You can watch it there, and I have with me Venkat, my friend. So we both run this show, and from last session we started talking about the power pages. So we are continuing on the same power pages topic, and today we'll explore a web template and page templates, and we will see that what is the use of page template and word template, how we can create it, and when we create these template from the maker studio on the power pages, how it look like behind the scene on the power admin portal app that is there for model driven app. Okay, so here is the agenda for today. So we'll start with the basic introduction about the power pages, and then we'll talk about the web page template, and finally the web template, and we will also show you demo that how we can create this manually, these web template. Okay, so before going to that main topics, let's have a quick introduction about ourselves. So myself Mahender, and I have my friend Venkata. We both are Microsoft MVPs, and we both are working on Microsoft technologies like more than 10 years, around 15 or 13 years we have been working on that. We both are Microsoft as well as CSharpCorner MVPs, and yeah, so we both run this. So let's jump into the main topic. So Power Pages. So Power Pages is basically a low-code, no-code solution that allow us to build a public website. Okay, so we can build public website without writing any code. Simple drag and drop features are available, and this is basically Power Pages are this application is on the top of the Dataverse or the Power Platform. So it means all the features that is available on the Power Platform and Dataverse, all these are basically inherited in the Power Pages as well. So all the Power Platform capabilities we get here, and we can utilize those set of unique feature. For example, centralized administration, we have maker portal. From there we can control your complete website, right? And we have all that tables or all the metadata that you create, your standard table or whether it's a custom table. All these tables can be used here in the Power Pages, so we can use them and we can put them on our pages. And whether it's like we want to create some new record or want to update some existing record, so those kind of things can be easily done on the Power Pages. So we don't need to create that forms here. So we can already existing forms which is there for, like we have the standard forms, right? When we create any entity, whether it's a standard entity or custom entity, we get there are different forms that we get. So we can use those forms, or we can also create our own forms. Those forms can be placed here on the pages, and that can be public, and whoever is our Power Page website audience, so either they are authenticated or non-authenticated, so that kind of thing can be also controlled using the security. We have web roles that basically allows us that what information is exposed to them, what they can do, what they can see. So those all the things can be controlled here on the Power Pages, right? So this Power Pages website that we create, there are lots of core tools and options that is available that we discuss in last session, that overview of those. So now we are going to discuss those topics one by one. So today we are going to talk about the pages, web pages, and web templates. Okay, so The web page, basically, as we know that this complete website, our website, whether it's a power page website or any other website which is built on the .NET technology or any other technology you have created, that's basically a combination of different web pages, right? So we have the collection of web pages and that forms a complete website. So similarly, here on the power pages we have different web pages, and that web page is basically we have individually. So we can create those pages from the maker studio, or we can also create them from the model driven apps from there. Okay, so we start with the, we go back here, just 1 second. Okay, so okay, so seems there is some issue here on that. So let me stop this and let me just 1 minute. Let me run it from my machine and let me share my screen here.
You can see the screen clearly. I can see the demo slide. Mahender.
No, actually, there is some issue going on here.
I
But
see. I see. Okay.
yeah, so let me share my screen here so that will go from there. Yeah. Okay. So perfect here. So now, so when we basically want to add a new page to our Power Page website, so there is a option here where we select that add new page. So once you will click on the add page, there are basically while adding that page we have two options. Either we want to add a main page or we want to add a other page. Okay, so what is the difference between these
Mahender,
pages?
we can see your PPT only still.
uh, yeah, you can see my,
Only PPT we are seeing.
here. Okay.
Can see now the demo screen in the PPT. Share entire screen maybe.
Yeah, so share screen, can you see my screen here?
Not yet.
Can you see it now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
We see
So
your
here,
PPT now.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
So yeah, so as I was saying that we have two options, that we can add a main page or we can add other page. So when we will select this add main page, it means that this page will be available through the navigation. So when we have the site menu on the web pages, from there this page will be available. The other page are basically that work in the background or work as a sub page for the main page. Okay, so when we will click on the add a main page, we can see here we will get this dialog here. So we can enter the name of the page what we want to give. So from there we decide that if this will be a main page or the other page. So if we tick this option, then it will be a main page. Otherwise, if you will untick this, then it will go to the other page category, right? So we can give it a name here, what page we want to we call it. And then we have here, these are the different options that is available, and that's what we are going to talk about the other slides. So these are basically the templates. Okay, so there are some predefined templates that is available. So we can use these template, or we can say that we want to start from a blank template, so which will be a plain, so there won't be any section. And otherwise we can see that these are the different layout options that is available, which we can select and go ahead. Okay, so once we will click on the add, then we will see that there are other couple of options regarding the form. okay, regarding the page, right? So on the page, like that page is, but what we want to render on that page, that we decide here. So we have these couple of options. The first option is like form, okay. So let's say, for example, like I selected in that create case, right? So let's take an example that I'm building some support, website, and I want to let my all the customers or vendors or like all these people who we deal with them, so they can create case from the portal. So let's take an example. So I'm going to create a customer portal where I want to allow them creating case. So I selected a case. Now if I select that form, then I need to select the table, which table I want to use, okay. Or let's take an example. I want to give them a facility to create new contact, okay, for the customer. So for example, we have one customer. Under that customer, they want to create a contact, right? So when you will click on this magnifier lens, based on the table, what are the tables that is available into your dataverse, so all these tables will be available here. So we can select these tables here, and once I will select this table, let's take an example. This is a contact example, and if I select contact, then I can see here that these are all the forms that is available for the contact entity, okay. So we can see here different forms are available there. So whatever form we will select, it will render that form on that page, okay. So we can select any form from here, and then once the form is selected, then there is a option that the form is there, but what we want to do with that form, we want to create new record, we want to update existing record, or we just want to view that, want to see the details of some fields, or maybe just want to, for the view purpose, we want to create this read only page, okay. So that option we can select from here. So depending on our requirement, we can select that here under the data section. Once that is selected, then we have an option of on submit, okay. So let's take an example that if I'm saying that I want to create new record, or I want to update some existing record, okay. So when we will click on the save button, what should happen after that? Do we want to display a message, okay, your record is created or your record is updated, or there is a specific URL that we want to transfer to that specific URL? Then we can select this option. Or there is another page. So let's take an example. We have a home page, right? Under the home page, we have option to create a contact. When they will click on that, we will open the form, they will fill that detail, and when they will click on save, we want to redirect them back to the home page again. Then we can select this option, and when this option will be selected, we will get another lookup, and under that lookup we can select, okay, which page we want to redirect them back to, that after this functionality is over here, okay, after the form is submitted, right? And then the next option is here, that the captcha that we want to put here, that do we want to, let's say for example, we want to implement some kind of security, that okay, before submitting that, we want to check that if you are not a robot, or there is something, somebody not trying to hack our web pages, website, right? So that kind of security we can apply using these options, right? And then we have an option here for the attachment. So let's take an example that if you are working with some table where we want to give them facility to attach the files, okay. So when we will enable this option, there will be one option, the button will be there, which we can set up here, like we can make it required, we can allow multiple files, that user should be able to add multiple files or single files, and what we want to call to that button. So we can decide that what will be the label of that, title of that, what type of files are allowed. So those kind of thing we can select here, right? And then here we have option that when they will upload that file, where this file will be stored. So we have an option like if you want to store under the notes, So it will be, attached to the notes. Or if you want to transfer that from, from our website to the Azure blob storage, so that option is also there. So we can configure those things here for our attachment, right? And then finally we have an option that if you want to use that, co-pilot features, and we want to allow them to automatically fill that if there are some option that we are filling again and again. So it identify that set of information, and it allow you to enter those information automatically. So these type of setting that we can configure while we are adding a new web page. Okay, and specifically when we are adding the form on the page here, right? So now we know that what is web page. So let's talk about the template. So as we can see here that we have a different layout available here. That's basically the template, which is basically responsible for the layout of our page. So what will be the, how many sections will be there, what are the fonts and all those type of things will be there. So that is little bit you know dependent on the template here. Okay, so by default we get some of these template that you can see here, and some of these templates are also if this screenshot, these are all the default templates. But if you will go and if you are using any first party app like sales, customer service, field service, so you will be able to see other templates as well which you can select, and those template will basically completely set up the layout of your website. It will also set up the menu. It will also set up that different web pages, and under the web pages it will also set up that view and forms. Okay, so those things are basically automatically set up by the templates here, right? Now we have two things here under the template that basically decides the layout. The first one is the page template. Okay, so as I said that this the website is basically the collection of web pages, and under each web pages there are basically two templates that is involved here. The first one is the page template. So that's basically act as a pointer that point that what is the main template, which is web template working behind this web page. Okay, so under this web page template we can see here these are basically the default active page templates are there here. And you can see that there are two things here, like rewrite URL and the web template. So when this is there, this is blank, and when this is there, this is blank. Okay, so this is why we have these, because there are two type of page template that's available. One is rewrite and one is web template. Okay, rewrite is basically that is dependent on the ASPX pages. So there are core pages that comes with the Power Pages default installation, and the layout of these pages are basically dependent on the ASP.NET web pages, and from there inherit this layout of the page. Okay, so these are basically kind of read only, so we cannot do any changes on that. You just select that, and then under that we when we select that rewrite, we will provide this rewrite URL, and based on this page it will take the layout and it will set up the layout of the page. Okay, the other option that we have is the web template, and that's the commonly we use web template because it provide you more flexibility, and in terms of that extension that we can change the layout, we can decide our own layout, we can create our custom layout, and that this basically is a very important template, and most of the time we use this for the multi-purpose. Okay, so these web template that we can see here, that these are the default active web templates that is available. Okay, as you can see that here there are some of the codes that is look kind of similar, right? So The web template allow us to write different type of code. So we can write HTML code, we can write JavaScript code, we can write our CSS. Okay, so those type of flexibility available under the web template, and these are basically made by the liquid template, and this allow us to use the web template as a component as well. So earlier, in the coming session we will talk about that how we can use the web API in the Power Pages. But earlier, when there was no support on the web pages, when that time we used to use this web templates as a component library for accessing any different entity and querying different entity, like using fetch XML, all the queries that can be used in the web template as well. Okay, so these are the default web templates available, and you can see that we have a different template. Like for the home page, we have the footer template. So whatever content you will mention here, that is based. Let's say, for example, if I want to create a footer for my website, and there I want to display, like when this website is built, or there is some information, maybe our contact information, all those details can be put under the footer one, and this will be repeated on the every page of the website. Okay, so these are the default web templates that is available, but we can create our own template. So there are so if you will go to this link, this provides some of the template code is there. That is like one column layout, side column layout, different two layout. As you can see here, that under this we have these, there are two containers basically. So the container is created, there are two rows are created. So these all the things, you can see that this is basically that CS is written and HTML is written, and we have this liquid code is written, and under that we can also inject our JavaScript if required. Okay, so these template, based on our design, we can set up in the pages, and then based on that our page layout will be decided, that what are the sections will be there and how we can create these things, right? So now it's that's what I wanted to discuss. Now we'll see in the demo that how we can use these templates, and to set up the layout of our web pages. Okay, so I'm going to over uh, mic to my friend Venkat, and Venkat, now you can show the demo on
Yeah,
this and how we can use web template and create web template. Over to you.
yeah. Thanks, Mahender, for this great explanation about the starting of the Power Pages. Now I'll share my screen on related to. So let me share my screen. Just tell me once you can see my screen.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So so once as per the previous session, right? Um Once you spin up any particular Power Pages site, then in the we'll get one particular environment. In that particular environment, we'll have this particular Power Pages that will have help. Okay, so in that, just if you observe here, earlier we had these different types of templates that are present, where if you wanted to take generally this particular template, you can generate this particular one. Okay, so now what I'll do it here was I'll take a one particular blank page. So once you take one particular blank page, this is the starting page where I'm giving them my site to, and I'll give this. So by default, I got this particular site address. I'll keep this one as is. So it will take few minutes to set up this particular site for me. So meanwhile, what I'll do here, I will open and so once this site gets open, right, you will see these particular active sites here. So in the first tab of my screen, you can see there was some background work that was happening. What it was happening, right? Just um, a site is getting built with that particular URL that has been automatic generated, and then for that particular one, an environment and whatever the components that are present that are getting generated. And if you observe here, the testing and verification and loading the template, whatever the template that are required, all these are going to happen here. So creating the site components, which are nothing but the main components that we do have here. So yes, once this is done, my site is ready. If you observe, right, if you go to the another page and open this one and you see this active sites, this was the one that just we have spinned up, and it says that the getting your site as ready. Okay, so if you observe, just for the testing purpose. Okay, it got loaded. Just if you observe here, just I will refresh it here and just observe this site 2 got available. Okay, so this is live. So what I'm going to do, just I will be just clicking on the preview, just verifying that whether my site is being accessible or not. This one site 4CQL3, just forget about this one. Okay, it will take a few minutes to get this company name gets created. Okay, okay. So now what we are going to do, right, we click on this particular page. Okay, so I will zoom a bit here. So here, if you observe, we have the standard layout and the custom layout. I'm not talking about any custom layout now. So I can add my page name. So here is the option where we can add this particular page to my main navigation. This is the first one. I can keep it as a start from blank, or second one I can select the landing page. Second one I can select the page, which is of the two containers where you have the header and footer, and I can go with the sub page as well. So I'll go with the landing page. I click on this one. I'll click on the add. So if you observe here, I got one particular welcome. So this was the my page. This is the welcome page here. Okay, if you observe, right, these are the different page settings that I do have. Okay, so this is present. Now I'll go to the data. As per the earlier session, just I have selected this account data that is present. I'll keep this one. I'll click on the sync. So if I click on this one, this is the web welcome page that I have just created. So on an default page, if you observe right, the my earlier my this particular banner has also does not changed, so it has been changed now with the whatever the message that I have given. And now the welcome page, this was another page just that I have added. So if you have if you see that one, I have this open a chat window is also present, and the other remaining details are also present here. So now, so if you wanted to open Visual Studio Code, you can open this particular Visual Studio code as well. Okay. So if you observe here, whatever the welcome page that I have given, just I have selected, right? So at the back end, whatever the welcome, so welcome page, whatever in the front end, it says that welcome page. It looks very simple, but at the back end, what it was happening, right? In particular HTML page will get created with these different kinds of different layouts and all. So if you observe the home page will also have its CS file and also JS file and the copy.html that is also present here. So if okay, let us go to this welcome page only. So in this particular welcome page, okay. So in this page, we have these different web templates that are also present. That means here, if you observe, this is nothing but one particular web template that will be present. So what I will do here is, let me sync them. You have the admin center, the advanced settings. So just I am opening my CRM Dynamics site. Okay. So we call this one as a designer studio. So from here, till here you can keep this as an page, that all you can create it. And from now, what I am going to do, so if you observe, right, this is an active website which we just now created here. This is this one website, and in this particular website, we are going to keep here, the first is the web page. Okay, so in this particular web page, just now we have created the welcome, right? So let us go to this particular welcome. So in this welcome, okay, this is the welcome web page, and in this welcome web page, it has one parent page, that is home. It has a page template, that is the I am using the default studio template. So I'll see that child pages. I don't have any child pages. So if I go to this particular page template, in this page template I have this web template. So in this particular web template, if you observe, right, it has this particular div id, which is the main content. Inside that one I have a div class. Inside this one, this is nothing but an editable one. So whatever the liquid syntax, we call this particular syntax is called as a liquid syntax, and we call it as a liquid template language, which is a kind of very much similar to the HTML, but it is not. Okay, so until and unless if you have this liquid syntax is being correctly formed, then you can see the changes here. So I can also create any web template here. So in the earlier PPT, it was mentioned, right, all the whatever the active web templates that are present, these are the different kinds of active templates that are present here. So if I wanted to create a new one, then I can create this particular new web template and go for it. So generally, right, most of the times we will not be creating uh, this particular web templates here and now and there. Okay, because we have this full page is the main web template. We use it very much now and then. So if you observe, if you open this particular full page, it says about this. So what is this full page is an web template, and it this particular web template have this extends layout column one, it is a block, and it includes an page copy. Inside that one, this is the uh, page copy that we are be having it. So inside this one, we have an entity list if you wanted to go for it, if you wanted to child navigation, if you wanted, just don't worry about what is this entity list and all. We will be going to cover them in the coming sessions, but just here till this particular time, anything that comes here, right, on the content here. So first it goes to the web template, and then so and after this particular one web template, we'll go to this page template, and this page template you can also give it like what is the name and what is the particular website that you are looking for. So what is the website means, I have these number of websites that are present. So if I wanted to see, this is the website that I wanted to, this is a type is rewrite or web template. Rewrite means totally code that we are going to use it. If you are going for a web template, I can go for this particular one. So I'll say that is in a full page, and what kind of uh, table that I'm going to use I'm going to use it as an contact, sorry, the account table that I'm going to use it. So first we have to save this page template. So I have to give this one. Now I can include any particular web page that I wanted to have, so I can easily create it. So the first way of doing it is from the uh, Maker Studio, that is Power Pages Studio. You can create a web page. Another way of doing it is from the Power Pages management app. From there you can create here. So I'm not going to do here. So just I have created my page template, and web template, just I am going to use the particular same full page only. Just I will save and close. Now for this page template. This is the default page template that is present. Okay, so let us go and see whether my page template has been uh, created or not. Yes, it has been created. And now what I am going to do here was I'll create one particular web page. I'll click on new and I'll give this name as in sample page template. Okay, I'll take this website as this one. Parent page is, I'll not say anything, just partial URL. I will say that um, page template. Okay, you can also keep it as is. That's fine. Page template. I'll select active page templates. I'll select this sample page template. Okay. So here, when I try to save this is just publishing state, I'll keep it to state that is published. I will keep it, and I don't have anything. The forms list multi-step form that will come back. So it is saying right, uh, can only be dot backslash dot. Okay, we have to keep it like this. Okay, let's see whether it is okay. Still, it is not say taking this one. So what I'll do right, I will click on this duplicate tab and go to the web pages again. Let's open one about page. Okay, so what it says, the parent page is home and partial URL is this one, but what I have given, I have not specified any parent page. That's why I got that one. So I'll click this one, home, and I'll say that as in sample page. Now I should be good. Okay, now I have saved and closed. Let me see whether my sample page is came or not. Yes, it came. Okay, now I'll just go back to here. I'll just sync. Sync means you will get some of the configurations what we have done it here inside the power page a management admin app, that all come and sync it here. So it is there. Now I'll preview my site. Okay, so just what I will do right, uh, so if you observe right, there was something that I was saying did not have. Okay, what I am doing, I'm trying to do it is I'm trying to access this particular sample page. Still the details are not present, right? So what I'm going to do here, it is saying this is an undefined. That means there was some issue that is present. Okay, let me go to this web page, go to the sample page. This is published. I'll go to the sample page template. Maybe I'll select another template. Uh, okay, default studio template. I will say take this one, save and close. So here, whenever we wanted to access this one, we need to keep this one, that is home slash sample page. Keep this one sync. So just observe here. So in my sample page, I have my header and my text. It the my footer is also present. If I go back and click on this one, just I refresh this one, you can definitely see it here. What are the things that are present here? So in my web pages, my sample page is there. In my sample page, if you observe, I don't have anything. I can keep, just you can save this one. And now if I go back and see here from the web page, this page will have one web template that is present. Let us go and see whether these particular web templates are being, so web template, just I have selected that one. Let me go back to web templates. These are all present. Let me go back to here. Just let me sync. Take some time. Okay, it appears to be some issue here. Let us do one thing. Okay. Okay, there was some issue here. That's why I could not see it. But ideally, I should be able to see here. So let us do one thing. I'll add another page, default page. So this sample page also I can keep it here. Move to main navigation. I can keep it. Let me sync it. So if I move it to this particular navigation, right? Okay. See this in the navigation. I got this sample page. And if I go to this particular test, I got these particular pages as well. So if we go back and see this particular page, I'll see I have to just refresh this one. You'll see it here on the web page, this site. So this test has been also been created. So if you copy, if you see this one, this web page copy.html, this have these details, and this also has these details. So what I will do here, just I will try to copy this and paste it here as well. Let us see it. Okay, now just I will go back to here and I will sync it. Okay, so now if I go back and see it here, Test will have this one, and the home will is also have this details. Welcome page have these details, and still my sample page still I can get that accessible. So like this, from how you can do it from this Power Pages admin, Pages management admin app, and also through the Studio. Power Pages Maker Studio, we can call this one. This studio, we can create any of these particular page. Inside this particular page, we can add in new sub pages also that is present. You can keep it, and you can edit this in the code, and you can also create any other pages as well. So if you wanted to keep this any page permissions also, you can provide these particular page permissions as well. So which we are going to let you know in the coming sessions. So over to you, Mahinder.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's that you want to cover on that. Basic details of the pages and page template. And I think in next session we'll take further on that, and we'll start right how to write code on the web template and how we can use liquid template and write JavaScript that to interact with the different pages. So we'll dig more into the web template. So we had some issue today. So, but we'll see more example on the next session. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, everyone.